Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Amenadel, aka Green Grow Guy, and I'm gonna start our video out today like this. If you are not subscribed to this channel, alright. Anyway, for those of you that are subscribed and newcomers, and those of you that watch it for some reason aren't subscribing, today's video is going to be about planting corn. Alright, and this year, instead of seeding it out, I did, spend some money and pre-purchase some plants already grown past a certain point of maturity. It helped me reduce disease and the amount of time that I had to spend in my actual garden initially this year, because I had a very, very busy spring, guys. Okay, so usually with corn, we're going to talk about corn for a little bit. They're heavy feeders. They're heavy nitrogen feeders. Okay, they like space to grow. All right. Today I'm planting them in a 15-gallon container. All right, but I'm only going to put 2 in the container. All right. Some of the things that can go wrong with corn is they can get bugs, and everything likes to eat it, including you. And the way you like to eat it is the way everything else likes to eat it. Okay, so with that being said, protecting it is also a challenge at times. So we're going to cover both of those bases. First, we're going to start out with planting it. As always, I'm throwing some phosphate in there because that is very important. The root game with this corn, the root, water, and nutrients game is the key with this corn, along with planting them together, okay, so that they can fertilize one another. All right, and that's going to be later on in the game, but you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when this corn, starts doing this big one. All right, so let me flip this around, and we're going to start getting this corn in the ground. I'll adjust it here so you guys can see what's going on. All right. These are the 6 little pods. I picked these up from Home Depot. I think it was $5, $4.98, and I was like, "Ooh, corn, okay, I'll bite." I'm gonna be honest with you. The selection looked really good from Home Depot today, guys. This is this fishbone meal, okay? And don't be shy with this and the corn. I'm not dumping the whole bag in. This is just the remnants. Don't go crazy. Don't go that crazy, y'all. Don't go that crazy. But don't be shy with the bone meal when it comes to corn, because it is a super heavy feeder. You're going to want to have the corn always be watered, but not super, super saturated. I'm sorry, knocking the camera, y'all. I'm being this one-man show. This is phosphate that I'm putting in to help it root. Make sure it roots down. All right, this is another important aspect of it because of how it's going in the ground. And I want it to root quick, guys, because right now it's May. All right, and this is why it's important that this root's pretty strong, relatively quick, because we're at like the end of May. All right, we're going into our last week of May. The temperatures here in Philadelphia are going to pick up. Know your area, okay? If you have a more subtle and progressive climate change, then go by that. I live in Philadelphia, guys, and living here in Philadelphia, it would literally be 40, 80, 60, 70, back down to 40, and during the spring. So I have to plant sometimes accordingly to that. And if the weather is not switching over the way that I see fit, I won't do it. I won't start planting because I'm going to wind up having a lot of loss. All right. So what you guys watched me do was just mix up everything that I put in there. And I'm only going to put 2 in here, guys. You know why? Because I want them to yield really well, and this will give them so much space to do that. I am gonna irrigate this corn with rocks, like the grapevines that I have sitting next to it. I'm about to do some rock robbing, all right, from other places. And only thing I'm gonna do, guys, is really easily take these out the pack. And one of the things I want to point out is that I'm gonna pick out some of the best ones. I'm not gonna hold you. This looks like a great one. That looks like a great one right there. And this one right here looks like a great one. And I'm just gonna, this one right here on the end, I just give it a little bit of a squeeze. And if I do that and it moves, guys, I keep going with it, but it's a very gentle process that I'm doing. Don't get all Brody and start, you know, ripping them out. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Feel it out. Feel it out. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when it comes to those containers, I think I actually... I actually think I might want to plant it a little higher, guys. So I might set it on top, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to set it on top. And then cover that and then rock that up. Because I don't want it to be too deep down. So I'm just going to set it on top of all this juicy nutrients, boom, boom, like this. And we're going to stagger them like this. Actually, I'm going to turn this on the inside. You have to kind of project their growth with this, how they're going to grow. If everything survives, okay, which, this is urban farming, but our stuff survives around here, okay, guys? As you see, initially I had put this one down, and it was leaning, and the way it was facing was the ears would go out like this. So I turned it in, okay, so that it won't grow on that tilt. You see how that's tilting? So I turned it, just in case it stays that way. Now it's tilted inward, and if anything, I can train it to just go back instead of me constantly trying to push it inward. So I'd rather it be like this and plant it upright straight right now, like such, and it shouldn't be an issue with it growing. Now, I wouldn't be surprised either if one of these die off, and I'll pull it, and then we'll have one real strong one on each side. I'm planting only 2 in each pot to make sure that I get some really nice corn. It's not about quantity, it's about quality in this sense. And you'll get a decent quantity for 3 people if you focus on the quality a little bit. Alright, guys, so all I'm going to do at this point, now that I set the height, I actually had to set the pods on top. I'm just going to throw some more of this pot and soil right on top of here and cover up this corn. Now, when I'm covering this corn up, I am giving it a little press down at the base, but I'm not piling the dirt up on that root, on the bottom of the stem. I'm not piling the dirt up on there. I'm actually, like, if anything, moving it away, but make sure that it is adequately, you know what I mean, planted. You don't want to stack the dirt up on the base of the plant, because it'll just make it all moldy and nasty, and then your plant will die, unfortunately. I don't know how that got there. And one thing I'm definitely going to do for sure is I'm automatically going to come out and treat this corn for pesticides. Like right away. Not even going to play that game with the corn. because it's delicious, and I absolutely understand. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to water this in, all right? And I would put rocks in here, but I actually have some bags of mulch. So I want to use my bags of mulch up. So I'm going to use that, I'm thinking. I'm also going to protect it. And I know some of you guys are thinking, how are you going to protect this corn? Nah. We're going to wrap the container in some chicken wire. And then we're just going to put a little cap on the top with chicken wire to protect it. And as it progressively goes, we'll just add chicken wire by the 2.5 foot. So that's my plan. I have high hopes for it though, because so far it's worked amazing for my sweet potatoes. Okay, everybody, here goes the next part of this video. Now, you're going to need some chicken wire, some wire cutters, guys, and if you're over 40, like myself, you may need this knee pad. Sorry, my dog he's doing his bark game because, he hears people, which I understand. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut this fence, the circumference of the pot. All right, so you're going to unravel a certain amount of it. Going to untangle it. Now be careful. You might want to wear gloves with this, guys. Do as I say, not as I do. In this retrospect, you definitely going to want to put on some gloves with this because the edges are a little sharp. I'm just dangerous. It's just because once you do it so long for so many years, you wind up getting these false senses of security, which is not necessarily a good thing. It's definitely a bad thing. Are you done being security? Don't sleep on Yorkies. Now, even though my Yorkie's coughing because he was getting his bark going all crazy, don't sleep on it. He meant business. He meant it. He definitely meant it, guys. So as you guys see, I'm just stretching it out. And for you guys wondering, why do my dogs have on diapers outside? Urination is very potent. Fresh urination is very potent to plants. It's an extreme dose of nitrogen, and it breaks down bad in your plants. And Kyle and Cannon, who are out here right now, they are both males that will spray. Kyle not so much because he's fixed, but Cannon is not fixed. So he still sprays. Hey, security, calm down, security. I know somebody's there. Somebody's there. Hey. Thank you for letting me know. Are you telling me? You making sure they don't get us? You're making sure they don't get us? You're just here for pets. You're not even protecting me. You're letting me get robbed. Come on. Come on, Cannon. Come on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to calm him down. He's doing his job, so I don't get too upset. Okay, everybody, and as you see, that is the finished product. Nothing spectacular, but it will definitely get the job done. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.